Hello, my name is Abdiel Sanchez, and I'm here to deliver a technical presentation on behalf of my team, HigherFHIRTechnicalPresentation, which is also integrated by Ed Cerso, Daniel Guerra, and Tucker Basin. Today, I'm going to talk about the high-level functionality of the application, which will include an explanation of its technical functionality as well as optional features. I will go over some architectural diagrams as well as some screen mock-up. The basic functionality of the application is to search a FHIR server for patient data using certain calculations. It will determine if it is recommended for the patient to start statin therapy. Once the calculations are performed, the application will display an alert to the physician showing a statin therapy is recommended or not. This alert will contain a link which will provide the details of how the system arrived to its conclusion. We think that a nice optional feature will be to store all the different calls for recommendation in a database in order to allow mining of that data in the future. I also have a search feature on the web page that allows to search by patient to see how many times statin has been recommended to a particular patient. This slide shows the technologies we plan to use to accomplish this project. For our development, we plan to use the Mimic 3 as the project's data source. We have completed training to ensure that we understand the implications of working with sensitive data. This diagram shows the high-level components of the system we are set out to build. In the picture, you can see we will implement CDS hook subsystem, which will be called by the EMR application. This should work with any EMR application which implements CDS hooks. That CDS hooks layer will forward the information into our RESTful service, which in turn will call the EHR FHIR server to retrieve the patient information. We decided to separate the CDS hooks logic from the RESTful service because we believe that there is code that could be shared regardless of where the physician is coming in, either the web front end or the CDS hook interface that links into the EMR application. As you can see, we have illustrated that the physician could also come into the web page to either look at the historical results or look at the explanation of why a certain recommendation was done. This next slide shows a sequence diagram, which I kind of went through on the previous slide, but it's a different representation of the flow of the main two flows of the application. This next slide shows a proposed database relationship diagram for the application to store the data that was used to make decisions, as well as the decisions themselves. This database structure could grow or shrink as we learn from the experience of working with the data. Here you can see some of our screen prototypes. We elected not to show the CDS hook card since the implementation may vary from EMR to EMR and the data is simple. We would either recommend a statin and provide a link to show the decision logic or not show the card at all. This screen shows the search feature, which will allow the physician to perform a patient search as well as provide an acknowledgement that the patient decided to take a statin or not. This next screen we envision could be information for our sponsors and the team members. As far as further research, we have learned that the company called Health Decisions has a tool for determining the risk of cardiovascular events and if statin therapy is recommended. We intend to use this tool to validate our findings. We have also done some further research on the inner workings of CDS hooks. Their website provides a sandbox which we hope to use for testing and validation. It also provides a client which we have downloaded but are yet to play with, hoping that it will save us some time in the hooks implementation. In the next two slides, you can see our Gantt chart. We are at a point where we're wrapping out week 9, which is this second deliverable. and we plan to start our first development iteration on the following week. Here you can see the projection of our work going forward. Thank you.